Hey there, what's up Rideshare Hub family? I'm Jacob Letman, and today I'm bringing you this video from my in-home studio. That's right, Jacob Letman Sweet Studio Productions here. You know why? Because I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and it is 172 degrees outside. You're laughing, I'm not laughing, that's real. You cook your brain out there, scramble your eggs, it's terrible. Alright, hey. Big video for you guys today, but before we get started, as always, if you've not started driving for Uber or Lyft yet and you'd like to, we have in the video description below some links there that you can click on, get signed up, and get sign-up bonuses. You can also get a retroactive bonus if you need that, and yeah, so do that. Make that cash. Alright, today's video, I drove for 10 hours, actually 10 hours and 37 minutes to be exact, on a Tuesday. We got the rides going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the car and we cruising. Okay, anyway, 10 and a half hours on a Tuesday. I wanted to see how much I could make driving for Lyft for that long, and I'm gonna bring you the real results right now. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. Alright, let's check it out. So here's the deal, 10 hours, 37 minutes. And I filled up my gas tank beforehand, completely full, so that, and then I filled it up at the end of the day so I could see exactly how much I spent on gas. And I didn't do really any other driving outside of rideshare driving. So it cost me $17.65 in gas. Thank goodness I have a car that gets good gas mileage, because that was 225 miles. And I gave 16 rides, which over 10 and a half hours, not great, kind of low. Alright, here's what the breakdown is. Now I know you can see it on the screen here, and it says $124.78, but I got a cash tip for $10 from my man Chase. He's a cool dude, gave me a $10 cash tip. So really I made $134.78 in that 10 and a half hours of driving. Now that is before the expenses of gas is taken out. Also, I had $22 in tips. Now, what does that break down to? It breaks down to $12.83 an hour before expenses. That's not very, no. You can't buy a Rolex with that kind of money, I'll tell you that. Now after gas is taken out, that breaks down to $11.15 an hour. And guess what? The Arizona state minimum wage is $11 an hour. So I basically spent a 10-hour day driving around to make minimum wage. Lovely. Without tips, this is why tips are so important. Without tips, that $22, I've only made $9.06 an hour. So, yuck. What am I getting at here? I don't know that I would waste 10 hours of your life driving on a Tuesday. But hey, let's take a look at this throughout the whole day. We'll break this thing down. So, as you can see, started out my first ride at 5:45 in the morning. Had to get up at 5:20 with a couple of snoozes. Probably got up at 5:37. Anyway, it was really early. I had that ride because the night before I was looking through the scheduled pickups, refreshing it. Finally found one. So I do that every night because I like to drive in the mornings during the weekday. And so if I can find a good scheduled pickup ride to start my day, that's the way to go. That way it kind of like, I got something I can count on. It'll get me out of bed too, right? If I know I have a scheduled pickup, that gets me out of bed. So I get going with that. And this one was pretty okay. Well, it was okay. Here's the deal. It was good as far as scheduled pickups go, but there is a but. So it was 28 miles. It was 11 miles away from my house. So really, it was almost 40 miles of driving, and it came out to $21.70. And the guy, what a bum, sorry, not sorry, he was traveling for business. I was talking with him. He travels quite a bit. We had a good conversation, but he was doing his own thing, so we didn't talk a whole lot. But I know he was using a corporate card, and I know he could have tipped me, and he did not tip me. And my car was super clean. I cleaned it the night before. Okay, anyway, besides the point. So it was only $21.70, and here's what I'm asking of all of you. I implore you, please, please, for the sake of all of us rideshare drivers, anytime that Uber or Lyft sends you out a survey to answer questions on what you think about the platform and stuff, tell them that we don't make enough money, okay? Here's what happened. That $21.70 ride, that used to be, that would have been about $26 or $27 before Lyft and Uber changed how much you make, before they changed that pay scale, right? So it used to be different. If you just started driving, here's a little story going back some months back, I don't know, 6 months maybe they changed it, but drivers were complaining that we didn't make enough for time, which is true. We were making like, it was like maybe 5 cents a minute or something really dismal. And so drivers complain that's too low, especially in somewhere with a lot of traffic. You have a 5-mile ride and it takes you 25 minutes and you're making just dollars on that because of how much we were getting paid for time. So they listened, kind of. They changed that, so now we make more money with time, but they took away from how much we make on mileage. So they tried to play it off like they were doing us a favor, but they didn't. And I've calculated it, and in Phoenix, let me back up, what they said was they projected that the changes for payment compensation in my region wouldn't make much of a difference. Well, they were wrong. I've calculated, and it's been about a 20% drop in how much I've made just because of what they've taken off mileage, because mileage in this area is king. Traffic is better here than like California, so we get places quicker, and they took that money off of how much we make per mile. Anyway, this is a long-winded way to say that my 28-mile ride, instead of being about $26, $27, is now only $21.70. So any chance you get to fill out surveys, make sure that you tell them we don't make enough money, because we don't. I mean, this is proof in the pudding. 10.5-hour day, and without tips, I would have made $9 an hour. Even with tips, which they're not paying, that doesn't come out of their pocket. $11.15 an hour. Come on, man. Come on, man. What are you doing, corporate Lyft? Okay, anyway, let's continue down this path here. So if you look at these rides, you can see that I stayed pretty much consistent with driving until almost 9:30. Maybe it was too early. People weren't really tipping. Also, because it's a Tuesday. Personally, I think Tuesday might be the worst day to drive. Could be wrong, don't have the proof, but I think so. And then, so I was staying consistent. And then after that, I was in a highly populated area, Old Town Scottsdale. I stopped at a Starbucks to go inside and sit in the air conditioning with my car just out the door, so if I did get a ride request, I could run out there, jump in my car, and go pick someone up quick. I kept signed on until about noon, so 9:30 to noon, almost 2.5 hours with no ride requests. That's how bad summertime is in Phoenix. So then I signed off, I got some lunch, and I kept checking for scheduled pickups. I had my app turned on too from about noon until 2. Finally got a scheduled pickup for 2, and that's how I started my afternoon. And as you can see, then my rides were kind of sporadic until I finished at 7:30 p.m. And yeah, so that's the breakdown of my 10-hour weekday drive with Lyft. Not great, but I wanted to see what the stats added up to, and now you guys can see the breakdown. So I'm gonna do one of these on the weekend. either 10 hours on like a Friday or Saturday so that we can compare and contrast this and see what happens. But there you have it, everybody. That is the real life breakdown of what I made driving for 10.5 hours on a Tuesday. Jump down in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts, feelings. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with friends and family, and drive safe until next time, everybody.